Okay, so I'm going to try my very first AeroPress. I'm going to try doing it using the vacuum inverted method. So let's first get the water out. I'm going to try for water temperature of around 195. Just about there. Looks like we've got 196 in there. So the inverted method is about giving it some steep time where it doesn't drip. And that's usually done by putting the arrow in kind of upside down and then putting the filter in at the top. There's an alternate method with vacuum where I don't do the upside down thing, but instead use the plunger to pull back and generate some suction, and that prevents the water from going down. So I've got about 30 grams of coffee in, which is about the right amount for what will end up being one of these Starbucks mugs. The water is while talking, it's gone down to 193, which is good enough. Put the water in, close to the top. And then I'm going to put the plunger in kind of sideways so I don't push it down too much. And then I'll pull back on the plunger, which should hold the water in, right? We see that it's not dripping down here. And then we're going to give it some time. I'm going to do it a minute, which you can't see the clock on the camera, but you will hear it go off. So we see here, yep, it's not dripping. There's a vacuum in there. The grounds are fully saturated. You can see there's a little bloom here, but I didn't stir it or otherwise agitate it any. Because we're going to have pressure, we'll be able to push the water through the grounds. But the grounds are fully saturated. We're just going to wait and be patient. Alright, clock is going. We've got about 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so normally in the siphon I'll do 60. But this water at 195 is a little bit cooler than what it normally is in the siphon, so I'm going to kill a little bit of time just talking randomly. And now I'm going to start to press. So I'm going to push down on the plunger. We see that as I push down on the plunger, the coffee is dripping down. Slowly. I'm going to brace it in the cups here. You're not going to be able to see the dripping. Sorry. Alright, let's keep on plunging. I hope this doesn't taste funny, because actually the last time I used this AeroPress, I didn't use it for coffee. I was using it to filter frying oil. And then ran it through the dishwasher. And I have to say that siphoning coffee is much easier, or not siphoning, pressing coffee through this is much easier than pressing frying oil. Alright, so I'm going to stage this here on my beaker. Alright, so we'll take a look here. You can't really see clearly, but there's actually only about half a cup of pressed coffee in there, and so this should be a relatively strong brew. I'm going to taste it. Yeah, it's on the strong side, but not super strong. So to round it out, I'll fill the rest with water. That's too light. Well, okay, so this is 30 grams, same as I usually do with the siphon, but it's way too light. So 60 seconds, especially at that lower temperature, might not have been enough. I will have to try something different for the next round.